Greetings. This one is going to be a bit ranty. Yes, you read that right. Cyberpunk 2077 was always great. And I'm not talking about its technical condition at launch. I'm not talking about a whole bunch of lies about the game that CDPR decided to spread before the release for some reason. And I'm not talking about what everyone expected this game to be as a result of those unfulfilled promises. I am talking strictly about the game for what it was from the very start regarding gameplay, story, atmosphere, visuals, and the overall vibe. It is really good that Cyberpunk has managed to have its own redemption story, and now people mostly praise it. However, it also pisses me off a bit, since aside from Phantom Liberty DLC, which I'm not going to touch in this video, the 90% of the main game remains pretty much the same as it was at launch, plus several quality of life improvements and minus terrible glitches. The main characters are the same, the gameplay is pretty much the same, the visuals are the same, the story is the same, the chemistry between the characters is the same, and virtually all other fundamental elements of the game are the same. And yet, all these big-headed game journalists and gaming YouTubers who absolutely demolished the game at launch now praise it all of a sudden. And they were right on calling out CDPR for basically lying about the technical condition of the game and its features. I'm not arguing that. But they were also bashing the game's story and gameplay, how boring and stale it is. Since then, Cyberpunk became less glitchy, you've got the ability to change a character's look, got a few crypts to buy, CDPR has totally reworked a skill tree, and voila! Cyberpunk is suddenly a masterpiece. Well, all the fundamental features that basically make the game were there from the day one. All these hypocrites have suddenly forgotten how they were bashing literally every bit of the game, taking absolutely no prisoners, and, as it seemed back then, burning all the bridges with the game. I was actually shocked when all these positive reviews started pouring into YouTube like a freaking avalanche. Creators went berserk about competing with each other on who's gonna roll out a more complimentary video. And the game was literally the same. But now they've enjoyed the story, the chemistry between the characters, and the gameplay all of a sudden. And you know, the game completely deserves that. It deserves all the praise it has gotten. But it also shows you the hive mind mentality of the crowd. Somebody will say that it is a positive thing, since we've all have gotten a better product in the end. And you know, I cannot completely disagree with that, if we're talking about this specific case. Though I still think that even in its release condition, Cyberpunk was way overhated beyond all the possible limits. But in the grander scheme of things, such behavior doesn't contribute to anything good other than spreading more toxicity in an already toxic nuclear wasteland that is gaming community. By the way, I've had Cyberpunk 2077 at day one, and played it initially on my PS4 Pro. And you know what? I had a few funny glitches, 2 game crashes, and a ton of fun. Because I went into the game with absolutely no expectations, so it was really hard for the game to disappoint me. Since then, I replayed Cyberpunk exactly 5 times, 4 times more on my PS4 Pro before the DLC, and the last time on my PC after the Phantom Liberty came out. I was absolutely in love with this game from the very start, and I know that the real ones feel the same way. I'm not saying that you should tolerate a poor technical condition of games or the lies of the developers, but I do insist that you should call out only the real problems without roasting the things that absolutely do not deserve it. Or at least, if you did that and changed your mind, grow a pair and admit that you were wrong.